Hey everyone, this is Joe again. We're back for another nature walk. So, you want to come for a walk and talk? Right now we're climbing the hill of life. And we're going to talk about the endocannabinoid system and how it actually works in your body. It's a system that most people just don't know about. You know about the nervous system, the endocrine system, and all these other systems you have in your body. But they never taught the doctors about an endocannabinoid system. So we're going to take a walk. You'll probably hear me huffing and puffing because I'm climbing a big hill. If you look behind me, that's Boston out that way. It's actually a little bit that way there. But this is actually Blue Hills over in Milton, Canton Line, in Massachusetts, for those that are not from this area. This is actually a little local ski slope. A lot of people like to go here. It's a lot of fun. It's a small hill, but it has, a lot of people like to come here. But here it is, first day of March. It's like spring skiing is all over. But anyway, so let's climb up. I got some really cool places I want to show you. I like to look at this as a sacred place for me. This hill lays on what is called a ley line. Some of you might not know what that means. Just Google it. Some of you watching know exactly what I'm talking about. It's an energy line. And the Blue Hills is actually on a major energy line. So I come up here from time to time to recharge my batteries, if you will. This whole area is just flooded with energies that are very positive. You should come and explore it. There's a big giant building there. It's an old stone building you can actually climb. I know we may lose signal from time to time. You'll hear me cut in and out if you're watching the recording, but the information that we're going to share today, I think it's extremely valuable. You need to know how cannabis affects your body, why does it affect your body, what are the receptors that receive those compounds, quite a bit. And I'll try to continue these series. I'll do my best to do live series because I think those are more engaging. And, in the case of a nature walk, you get to come along with me for this walk and a talk. So, if you saw the last live video I did, I talked about knowledge and information, discovery, and my quest for knowledge, well, to protect my life and those around me. So I'm going to ask you all a question. What are you willing to do to save a loved one's life? What will you give? If it was your mother, your father, your wife, your girlfriend, boyfriend, sister, brother, cousin, best friend, what would you give? I can tell you, I'd give my life for it. And I've invested some of that life. But I want to try to help as many as I can by sharing the messages and the knowledge. We're going up a steep hill right now. You can hear me huffing and puffing. When you get older, you can't handle it as much. Oh boy, the winter fat is coming off. Look behind me, it's a big long road. This is the easy way. There's two ways in life, the easy way or the hard way. Most of us take the hard way. It's easier that way, right? Anyways, you'll see some nice stuff up here once we get to the top. But back to the cannabinoids, the endocannabinoid system, and what I discovered. So, one of the systems in your body, it's called the endocannabinoid system. Bear with me, I'm going to grab a nice little rock right here. See that rock? I'm going to sit on it for a second and ground out. Because when you touch the rock, your energy grounds. Helps you get back in balance. We'll talk more about that on another episode. And then we'll talk about other things, about food. But we're back on the march upward. So, the endocannabinoid system stands for endo is internal, cannabinoid is your cannabinoid receptors. Your body actually produces cannabinoids. There's two of them that they've identified. Actually, a scientist in Israel, Raphael Mechoulam, discovered it in the mid-60s. Look that one up. Raphael Mechoulam. is I believe the correct pronunciation. Anyways, the cannabinoids that your body naturally produces is 2-AG, which is abbreviated for 2-arachidonylglycerol. Boy, that's a tongue tire. I had to practice that one just so I could say it. Just like THC is tetrahydrocannabinol acid in its natural form. And when you heat it up, the acid molecule is released, activating the THC. But let's get back to the internal system. The endocannabinoid, I'm gonna interject just for a second because this is beautiful. This is the weather observatory right behind me. This is on the top of the hill. It's been here since the 1800s. It's awesome. But 2-arachidonylglycerol, 2-AG, and anandamide. Those are compounds that naturally produced by your body. Imagine that. Your body produces pot. Just kidding. They're just compounds that are in cannabis. They're not exactly the same, but they're pretty close in their compound makeup. So I'm coming closer to the weather observatory. I'll just pan around so you guys can get a peek since you're on this walk with me. Pretty cool. And then there's the big antenna. I'm being bombarded right now by radio signals, microwaves, some of the things that are causing us problems, folks. But I won't stay on that for too long because I'm going to go find the path to another really cool place and we'll continue our discussion. Anyways, the cannabinoids that are produced are those two that your body needs as a supplement to help it stay in what's called homeostasis. That means imbalance. Just simplified, I won't get into too technical terms. But when your body's in balance, you're healthy, everything feels good. Anandamide is the bliss compound. That's those times in your life or in the year that you just feel right as rain. Everything is perfect. You feel bliss. But again, those two compounds your body is deficient in those. They don't produce enough because of the stresses all around us. Hey, look at that. I am the light. It's above my head. Yeah. Oh, wait a minute. That's the sun behind me. I thought I was special for a second. Just kidding. All right, we're all special, right? We were put here on this earth to do good. You know, that leads me into another question. You ever have this question to yourself? Why? What is your why? Why am I here? What is life all about? What's your purpose? You got to figure that out because you were created for a reason. It wasn't a mistake. It's like everything around us, like cannabis. The creator made cannabis for a reason. It's for us. We have a symbiotic relationship. Anyways, so your body has receptors, cannabinoid receptors. CB1 receptor is in your brain and in your spinal cord. And then CB2 receptors in all your peripheral organs. They're in all of your cells. And those receptors are there to receive a compound into the receptor, to give it instructions and signals. But when you're deficient in that cannabinoid, your body starts to degrade and become unhealthy and susceptible to disease. It's funny, it's almost like growing plants is similar. If you don't give them the proper nutrients, they become ill and diseased and they don't function right. They end up dying, just like us. So we need to learn that. Funny thing is, when I came to this place, I couldn't find the owner's manual. They didn't make one. So you have to figure out your own body and do a little bit of studying. Anyways, so back to the cannabinoids. The cannabis plant has similar cannabinoids. And so as you supplement your body and introduce those cannabinoids, your body receives those. So let's talk about cancer for just a second. Cancer is just basically a cell that didn't do what it was supposed to do. It was supposed to commit apoptosis. That means programmed cell death. It was supposed to be around for a while and then it was supposed to go away. It was supposed to die off and a new cell would come in. But when that cell can't be recognized because it's hiding in the body, it starts a process of duplication. It's called mastation. That's when you get a mass in your body and you go to the doctor, and who wants to hear that big C word that you got cancer? That's really bad. Hey, let me just show you this. This is the lookout tower right behind me. we're going to climb up that. We'll probably run into some people up there, and we're going to ask them a few questions. It's going to be fun. But out here, I'm just going to sit for a moment at a nice little space right over here in front of the lookout tower and have a conversation with you guys and continue the sharing of information. So let's just take a little load off here. Oh yeah, that feels good for us old guys, just to take a break. It's about a 3/4 mile walk from the base up to the summit. It's not that bad. It's fun. It's great for kids. Come out here for a good experience. So the mass itself grows in your body, and then you go to the doctor, you get the bad news, and right away the doctor wants to put you on a regimen of chemicals, if not chemicals and radiation. In extremes, they want to just get in there and cut it out. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't pursue that method, but I believe that there's help in the cannabis plant that can help you get back in balance. And in some cases, it's the only thing that will work is the cannabinoid profile and what they call an entourage effect. The entourage effect is where you're taking the whole plant and you're basically breaking it down into a concentrate, whether it's most likely it's a thick tar. Some of you may have come across in your research RSO, Rick Simpson oil. Well, Rick Simpson was a gentleman up in Canada that had ailments, and he tried the traditional route, didn't work for him, and what he discovered is he discovered cannabis, and he started growing it. And when he realized it was healing him, he started to grow it and give it away for free to people that he cared about. And then all of a sudden it just became a big movement, the RSO. That's what people realized. Well, it's a concentrated form of resin. It's a concentrated form of resin that has all of the plant cannabinoids in it, everything, CBD, CBN, CBAs, actually not CBAs because you're heating it up, but you're basically getting all the compounds in one. You're taking that, and you start off as a half a grain of rice, work your way up to a grain, and up to potentially a gram. And again, that can go either way, whether you're taking a full gram a day or not, but they say that if you have 60 grams of it and you get it into your system, it's going to help your body fix itself. Remember, nothing can cure you outside of you. Your body cures you. It's the supplements you put in and the food that you put into the body hole. And anyways, now that I've caught my breath, let's take a walk up the top and take a look at the city. You guys are going to love this, and we'll have a little conversation, and maybe we'll meet some people up at the top, and we'll say hello. Anyway, so here we go, guys. I'm just going to turn the camera around so you guys can get a look at this. Check this out. As we go up, I've been coming here for close to 40 years now. A lot of people that have been here, you'll know what it is. You can comment below if you've been up to the Blue Hills and if you enjoy it yourself. This is an excellent place to bring your family. Be climbing up here for years, even with the kids. They have a nice little fireplace here, but unfortunately, you can't have fires because then it sets the woods on fire out here, and it's just not safe. Oh, cool. Check out these little rock formations here. This is just saying that, hey, I was here. Isn't that cool? That's awesome. Anyways, so I'm back. Let's go up to the top. I like the top the most because you get to see the city. You'll see the harbor. Wait a minute, I'm supposed to say harbor. That's right. I parked my car out there in the Harvard Yard. And we look at the harbor when we're eating our lobster. A good old master. Hey, how's it going? So let's head up, guys. See if the camera can keep up with us. Yeah, looking good. Maybe you wouldn't see my old initials up here when I did it. I was probably 14 or 15 years old. Oh, this is beautiful. The energy up here is just absolutely, I can't describe it. But your body starts to vibrate through and through. You feel those energies. So take a look at this. This is the overlook. And that's the city out there. Boston is in the background right out there. Let's take a look around this way. Let's go look out this side. Because out here you can see quite a bit. Right off into the distance there. I'm not sure how good you guys can see that, but that's Boston Harbor. That's the harbor. There's Southie's out there, Dorchester's out there, Milton, Canton, Randolph. let's take a look. Right down there is Houghton's Pond. That's a kettle pond. It's really deep. A lot of nice fish in there. Yeah, so this is a really cool place. We used to climb up here when we were young and hang out late at night and, you know, drink beer and smoke cannabis. I really didn't like the beer drinking. I'm actually a very light drinker, if I drink at all. It's a social drink. It might be one just to be social, and that's it. I really don't respond well to alcohol. The cannabis, become happy, love to have conversation, come out of my introverted shell that I naturally have, but you learn to get over that as you age. But let's take a walk back down. I'm going to take you guys up to a really sacred place of mine, I like to think. It's for me. It's where I clear my head, do some thinking, and say hello to some peeps. How's it going?
How you doing?
Good, good. Hey, I'm just doing a little Facebook Live with a couple of friends.
All right.
Do you mind if I ask you guys a question?
No.
Because we're talking about the subject of cancer and using cannabis to cure cancer. Do you guys know anybody in your family or friends close to you that have cancer?
No.
Have you had anyone?
Yeah, my grandmother.
Your grandmother, yeah. My dad passed from cancer just a few years back. It was tough. And, you know, we wish we could help them and do something, right?
Yeah.
So, hey, I appreciate you sharing with me. And you guys enjoy your time.
Thank you.
Thanks. Hello, puppy. Oh, look at the puppy. Oh, well, hello, you. Oh, silly little puppy. Say hi. Oh, no, good girl, boy.
You girl, yeah.
Oh, she's a good girl. Yes. Yes. Little Frenchie. Huh. You're a good girl. She's protecting. Let's take a walk, guys. Thanks.
Yeah.
So, anyways, let's finish our conversation. We're going to head down to the other side of the trail. Look up. How's it going?
Good, how are you?
Good. So the body has a receptor system that's there. It's been there for many eons. That's kind of the question, is why is it there? That must mean that our ancestors have been using this plant for many, many eons. You know, going back in history as far as 5,000 years ago. You know, Queen of England used to use it for her menstrual cycles because of the pain. Some of you know, I had 7 sisters. I know about menstrual cycle. Oh boy, it is tough. PMS, I'm an expert. I can get right through it. I used to own a hair salon too. Always had at least 10 women in there working. So I understand it's challenging, and however, cannabis can help reside that pain, bring it down and take away some of that annoyance and aggravation and the pain. You know, I've seen it all too often. It puts you right down, just like my migraines did. And I discovered cannabis that would help me modulate those effects. So you might not have known this fact, but this is interesting. Your mother's breast milk had cannabinoids in it. Huh. Why is that? Well, I've had children, 3 children. I still have the stretch marks to show it. I'm kidding. You know, guys, I like to have fun when I'm teaching. Anyways, my wife and I raised 3 beautiful children, but mother's breast milk has cannabinoids. It helps to relax the child, settle the child down, and make it hungry, the munchies, and then go to sleep because it needs rest and needs to grow. So there's cannabinoids in the breast milk, and your body produces cannabinoids naturally. But to get that stimulated, as you know, the breast milk also has antibodies and other very beneficial nutrients for the baby. Not milk from a cow. Milk from a cow is for cows, not for people. That's another problem in food, is that we're taking in other animal byproducts that are just not healthy for the body. We're actually, in our natural state, we're herbivores because our jaws go side to side, not up and down like a lion does, where they rip and shred. Anyways, I won't stay on the food subject today very much, but I would say that's something you really need to look at if you want to get your body back in health. Personally, I turned to vegetarian about 2 years ago. My wife's been a vegetarian about 7 or 8 years. So I give it a shot. Figured, you know, it was going to be difficult and hard because I love cookouts. I love to grill. But that was no problem. I'm in my 50s. I don't take any synthetics, no pharmaceuticals. Very rarely do I actually have to take an Advil. It has to be a really bad situation, but mostly I don't. I stay away from it. But when your body produces cannabinoids naturally, and you got to say why. Now all we're doing is we're supplementing, whether it's through a tincture under the tongue, it's an edible, or vaporizing it. These are all safe methods of ingestion and consumption. And that's important that you understand that. You know, unfortunately, more often than not, people go out, they get their hands on cannabis, and they overdose. They take too much because the person giving it didn't share information maybe they didn't know. We've all done that. We have either smoked too much and you go, whoa, way too high. And then you got couch lock. You're in the couch. You don't feel good. You get paranoid. You think you're going to die. You're going to stop breathing. You stop panicking, and next thing you know, you're having a panic attack. Well, I can tell you, folks, there's not one recorded death in history from the consumption of cannabis. That's good news. Opioids? Damn. That's nasty, nasty stuff that was created. That's created a lot of addicted people, unfortunately, and dependent people on that stuff. But I'm going to share this with you right now. I did discover in my research for information on the strain types, the profiles, the cannabinoid profiles, the terpene profiles, and the OG, that stands for ocean grown strains, for those that know, OG, any cannabis with that profile is the cannabis that you need to be looking for if you have somebody that has opioid dependencies. And it doesn't matter the percentage of the THC, because more people are focused on, haha, we're back. You know what? Man's listening. When he hears me talking about sharing information that's going to cure you, he don't like it. AI does not like people freeing themselves. But anyways, we're back online. I don't know where it dropped off, but I'll just keep rambling with you guys and take you for a nice walk. You're going to like this part. I can give you a little taste. Take a look over my shoulder. Isn't that beautiful? It's going to get better. Stay tuned. Here we go. I discovered this. Oh, I must have been 12 years old when I found this spot with some friends. We climbed up here, and it just felt right. A lot of energy here. This is where you can actually overlook the earth. So I want you to take a look with me. Here we go. It's just beautiful. It's Mother Earth out there, folks. Her name is Gaia. She gave birth to us, sustains us. We're part of it. We're one with everything. We're all the same. Doesn't matter what color, creed, religion, whatever you like. We are all the same. Come from the same source, all energy. Actually, in the purest form, we're light. Yeah, we're light beings having a human experience. Isn't that cool? I know some watching know exactly what I'm saying, and some of you will learn it in time. But let's take a walk down these steep rocks. Hopefully I don't slide on my butt ski. I don't think so. I'm like an old goat. I can make it down these rocks. Stay with me. Because there's another special place. I call it the throne. It's where I like to sit, clear my head, do a little meditation, clear my thoughts completely, and then let my etheric energy batteries completely recharge. Oh yes, I'm home. All right, let's take a look up here. Actually, right down there is the throne. We're gonna go sit in there. We're gonna talk in a minute. Take a look. This is awesome. It's just beautiful. But when I look out there, I'm like, wait a minute. It doesn't look round. Is it a flat earth or is it a round earth for you flat earthers? Gotta throw that one out too. I don't know. I've never been up high enough to see. Wait a minute. We're up pretty high right now. I think we should get high. Nah, just kidding. I save that for when I'm home in my safe place. We won't do that up here because we got to drive and we want to be responsible. See, that comes back to learning and education. Proper usage, when to use it, how to use it properly, effectively. And if you're curious, as I'd mentioned before, I'm an instructor at the New England Grassroots Institute, founded in 2012 by Melissa and Mike Fitzgerald. Absolutely beautiful people. They have helped more people and they've given so much to people. They give back. They really care. So you should check us out if you're serious about learning, and whether you're learning for yourself, you're learning to get into a profession. It's a huge profession that's coming, and to have all the base knowledge is very beneficial, especially if you're having an interview. But if you're a caregiver, if you have a sick family member and you want to learn how to make medicine yourself, check us out. That's grassroot420.com. We got classes coming up. This Saturday we have a class. It's 2 hours. It's free. It's open to the public. It's a patient support group. And a lot of people have questions. And we have information. And we want to share that freely. We give back to that. And we donate our time to help people. So you're welcome to come. It's going to be a really cool gathering of people, like-minded people. And then we have some other training class. Check our website for that. But guys, let's go take a seat down in the throne. This thing is really cool. Let me show you. I'm not sure that you can actually see the angles and I'm walking here, but basically this is my favorite place. Favorite place. I'm grounding out. Touch the rock. Ground your energy out and then start to recharge. I won't be meditating here right now because I'm talking to you. I'm sharing because I care. Sharing is caring, I always say. But to learn about the endocannabinoid system, more and more doctors are starting to discover it. They're starting to realize that, hey, wait a minute, why didn't they teach us about this? Well, if you follow the money, like anything else, you find out the real truth. You find out that sick people are very profitable. You know, and I've seen my mom go through it too, and she's meeting with her challenges right now. She's aging, and she's got her stuff. And it's things that I can't help with as much as I want to, but I'll be there for her till she passes. That's going to be a tough day. Anyways, it's hard to think about it. So, the rulers, the power elite, the big guys, the ones that control most everything because they control the resources, they control your energy. And that's really what it's about. It's about harvesting your energy. You have a human essence, you have an energy source, you are energy, you're light, and they harvest it. How do they harvest it? Well, they control your money, or what you think is money. It's actually currency. They control that. They control all the big corporations. They control the narrative. They control what you learn. They control the school systems. They control the newspapers, the news. And I'm not going to get political because I'm not a political guy. I don't get drawn into that reality because that's a reality show. It's a giant reality show. Change the channel because it all sucks. Doesn't matter what side. It causes really what it causes is separation. And in war, you divide and you conquer. That simple. Divide the people and you conquer them. We need to unify people. Close your eyes for a minute. What does the person next to you look like? We all look the same, don't we? We might have different accents. Some are from the South. I'm from Boston and I park my car out here, so I got a funny accent. When I travel around the country and people hear it, they want to hear that accent like I'm John Kennedy or something like that, right? Ooh, who knows? Maybe I was. Anyways, just having fun with you guys. Little laughter. But if we unify as a human race and we start to make change, the change is happening. The consciousness is waking up. You know, we've been dormant for a long time. But there's a major shift coming. And there's a war. There's a war for your mind. There's a war for you as a resource, because you are a human resource. Well, isn't that funny? They have HR departments. Calling HR. I'm not getting paid enough. I don't have health benefits. Human resource. So let's harvest your energy. So wake up, folks. Start doing your own research. Spend some time. Like I said earlier, what are you willing to give to save a life? Are you willing to give your life or some of it? I am. I'm giving my life now to you. I'm sharing my time. Time is the most precious asset that you have. You cannot replace it. So use it wisely and share it freely. Someone else discovered something, share it. This is why we have a problem. All the resources are being hoarded and controlled and kept away from us so that we're all starving to death. We don't have resources to have extras, the things we really want, the life we want. So unfortunately, that causes theft and negativity and bad things happening. So I hope in the future that they release some of the technologies that they've been hiding from us. If you do a little research on Nikola Tesla, you'll find out that that guy was sent here to help us. But they crushed the poor guy. He figured out how this whole Earth, this whole thing out here, the Earth is a giant dynamo. It generates energy constantly. And there's energy all around us in the ether. And it's the energy that controls us, controls our energy. So, I know I digress a little bit there, but I want to share a little bit of Joe Dalton with you. I've studied all sorts of subjects, and I find the ones that serve me and the ones that don't. But at least I know about them. What serves me now is sharing with you, sharing my time, my energy while I'm here. I don't know how many years I have left on this planet, of this, at least in this dimension. We'll touch upon that too, dimensions. Because there's many of them. They're infinite. And you'll need to learn how to access them. Like when you go to sleep and you go to different places in your mind, but your avatar stays here, your body, and then you come back and you play in this movie again. So if the movie doesn't serve you, change the channel. It's that easy. Just figure out what makes you uplift and what doesn't. Start to dial it in, change the channel. Cannabis will help you with that because it helps to free the mind, helps you become a free thinker. That's another reason they don't want you to have access to it. It settles you down. Who wants to go to war? You smoke a joint, let's go have a pizza, man. You know? You want to have a war, go have some alcohol. Because that brings out the spirits. That's why they call it spirits, people. It brings out the negative energies that are around, the entities that sneak in and jump inside and use you like a tool. You can stop that once you wake up and start exercising yourself. Exercise your mind. You know, you were sent here. Your Creator sent you here. You have free will. You choose the reality you want. You know? This is my church. Right here. This is it. This is it. All around you. This is the Creator created all this for you. And you have free will to do what you want. How do you want to experience life? Anyways, I know I've kept you guys out long enough. You'll get to see the replay. Please share it. Share the message. And I want to thank everybody yesterday. You gave me a lot of positive feedback. That encourages me to do more of this. Because I don't want to do it if it falls on deaf ears. I'd rather do one-to-ones or classroom-style trainings and teachings and help people. But I appreciate everybody giving me positive feedback yesterday and sharing the message. And it was very encouraging. And I just want to let you guys, I know this is an important part of my ending, is that I love all of you. Every one of you, because we're all family. We all come from the same place. So we're all family. I know sometimes you get annoyed, you're driving down the road and you tell someone they're number one by chucking them the finger. Don't do that. Think about what you're doing. You're doing that to your brother, your sister, your mother, your father. I know it's not easy, because some people just are not awake and they drive a little aggressively and you get annoyed, but go home and enjoy your cannabis. You'll forget all about it. And that's another thing. You're supposed to forget stuff. Because this brain up here, the computer, it stores too much sometimes. You're supposed to forget stuff. What was I talking about? That's my early onset of Alzheimer's kicking in. Oh, cannabis can cure that too. Do your research, folks. So, anyways, I've had a lot of people, hey, what's with the Superman V? Well, Superman said, I'll say the same thing. Where I come from, it stands for hope. And I have hope for all of you. So love your brothers and sisters and share this message. Come out and visit us. We're easy people. Remember, we're your family. So again, thanks and peace to everybody. Share the message, guys. I'll see you soon for another episode.